Gino talk for a second because I'm just doing the Instagram story right now.
I post as well.
Nice.
Quick update for the program.
Come on now. Come on. This is why we do it live, Gino.
We just found out 30 minutes ago.
Nice. Thank you,
There
Ross.
we go, Ross. It's going to be a good show. You can already tell here. This just in 30 minutes ago, we find out Flower Shop, the independent agency, has won creative responsibilities for the brand SeatGeek, ladies and gentlemen. Congrats to them. And Al Mary,
cool.
co-founder and CCO, will be joining us at 12 p.m. Eastern time today. Last minute edition, Jack. This is the benefits of doing it live here.
This is what I've been saying for years. I've been saying this. You do it live. This is why we do it live. It's a big time story. We got on the phones immediately. We start getting the numbers, start dialing. Yeah. Shout out to Elizabeth Hess, who runs the PR and comms for Flower Shop.
Getting phone calls saying we need somebody on ASAP.
And we got Al. And Al just was named to Adweek Creative 100 as well, Gino. So it's going to be a big one. It's going to be a ripper of a live show today. I'm actually very excited for today's episode. We've got a lot happening and a lot of great guests. We're hitting all the angles. We're talking about Adidas versus Nike, and then we're talking about how creatives can build the best portfolio they possibly can with Aisha Hakam and Ryan Durr, who have labored over a document guide thing after interviewing with all the best CCOs in the world, asking them what do they want to see in portfolios.
That's right.
So if you're a creative, an aspiring creative, or you're currently a creative, or you want to understand creatives, that's going to be a great interview.
I'm excited for that.
And then after that,
Michael Osborne, new head of strategy at Special New York here, is going to be joining the show, talking about that transition. Where was he at before?
He was at...
Was it Droga?
Droga, and then 72 and Sunny before that, and BBH before that.
Special New York. I'm curious about what's going on there. We've been to the Special LA office. We have not seen the New York office, so I'm curious to see what's cooking over there.
Special, as we know, has kind of been on a heater for a little bit. They work with Uber Eats, or Uber, and Uber Eats primarily with Footballs for Food, Super Bowl work, and then also...
Just recently they did that campaign. That what was the brand?
The Fox Sports.
Fox Sports.
Fox Sports. It was great. What would happen if America won the World Cup? So that'll be a great, great interview. You talk about the New York office. It's always hard. It's hard to break into New York, Gino. It's one thing to set up your grounds. I know they're in like Australia, Special is. They're in LA, obviously. That's where I think most of their team sits. It's hard to break into New York, Gino.
You know what they say about New York? If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere.
And then, and then we got Al Mary Flower Shop, great indie agency. They have one of the coolest offices in the world. Hey, Ross, you mind flipping away from Gino there?
I kind of like it. I was going to say, real quick, when I walked in the Flower Shop office, I gave him one of these.
Yeah,
Jack still makes fun of me.
Yeah, that was insane. So, it's going to be a great episode. Today's top story is Adidas. Adidas comes out with an instant classic of an ad, Gino. I guess, like, to describe it, I don't know if Ross is able to play the ad while we talk about it.
It's a film.
But it's a film. It's 5 minutes long, Gino. What'd you think? You saw 5 minutes on your duration on the little bar. You started watching the video and it only moved a little bit at a time.
I know.
How'd you feel?
It's almost like it's a commitment. You know, there's stuff going on here, and I'm like, I have to get through the thing. If it's 3 minutes plus, I'm like, I have to just get through this and watch it, right? Do you get that same emotion?
Yeah,
sometimes?
I guess. I mean, once you get in deep enough, then you're like, I gotta see the ending of this.
Well, when I was hooked at the very beginning, seeing my guy Timothée Chalamet here, kind of acting like Marty Supreme. Who I guess we think that's probably how he is in real life here, but he hooked me right away. And this story of like facing the greatest street team of all time, collecting his Avengers here to take down this legendary squad in this neighborhood.
Highly kinetic, very Marty Supreme-esque in the sense that like it's constant movement. You're kind of anxious the whole time watching this. They get all these celebrities to hop in and be a part of the ad. Every like famous soccer person, new generation, old generation. But it's carried by Timmy. It's the commercial is carried by Timmy, and this is why you pay millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars, and then Timmy also posts the teaser on his own Instagram.
Absolutely.
So you get the distribution with Timmy, and then you have the hype from it. Obviously, no one's better at hyping up their own work than Timothée Chalamet, as noted with Marty Supreme. And then what happens is you get a really kind of awesome ad. Honestly, really well done. The craft is great. It looks good. It is exciting. It keeps your attention the whole time. I don't really even care that much about the story as much as I care about the feeling of just being like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
And that was my takeaway.
Story is great. Execution is great. I'm only pissed off over one thing, Jack. I texted you about it right when I finished it, is we didn't see the ending. We don't know what happens.
Yep.
I hope there's a part 2.
Yeah, cliffhanger. Like any great movie, they leave you in a cliffhanger. They leave you wanting more. I wonder what this looks like the rest of the way. I think obviously that there some sort of campaign will carry all the way through the World Cup. But where do they go from here? It's obviously very expensive to get Chalamet. So I think they're kind of going all in. We can talk about this more, but like the idea that right now is such a pivotal moment, and for Adidas and for Nike, we can talk about that more later.
Yeah, I was going to pause. I want to give some love to the shop that made this, LOLA USA, which also just kind of formed between 180 and adam&eveDDB of New York here. So this is an Omnicom agency. And this is that combination of those two coming together now. This is the first work that I've seen that has come out from this new LOLA USA offering. So got to give them a shout out there for the work that they do.
Yeah, like super insider baseball, but thinking about, we talk about this sometimes, like when you're going to announce a new agency and then you have big time work, following it right up it makes such a big difference. Just to like be the catalyst to create a little bit of branding around your agency. Of course, everyone would love to be able to do like the Adidas World Cup ad, but I think being intentional about the fact that, this new agency that's formed, it's obviously a weird time. It's like tension, Omnicom agencies, to have something like this drop about a week after you launch kind of like a smorgasbord connector double agency under one agency kind of thing. Is massive because now LOLA US is they're the Adidas World Cup ad agency.
I'm imprinted now. Every time I think of LOLA USA, this new shop, I'm going to think about this and think about that feeling that you mentioned of high craft, good storytelling, dope ad. Certified dope.
Adidas, this is the biggest moment probably in the history of Adidas.
Yeah.
Like this 6-month stretch that's coming up, I think is a moment where Adidas could actually maybe turn the corner, and I don't know if they'll surpass Nike, but they could come close. They could. This is the biggest time for them. You think about first where Nike's at right now. Nike in a position where they just have had a few blunders in a row. Stock price isn't doing well. The brand perception of Nike is probably dipping to a point that hasn't been this low in a long time. At the same time, you have Adidas, who is on a heater of a run when it comes to the way that they're marketing their products. You see with Oasis, the whole tour, they took over the summer, and it was all kind of around Adidas and the shoes. You can't go on the subway without seeing Sambas on people's feet. They've completely permeated culture in a way that every other shoe wear, casual apparel, lifestyle brand has not. And so now they're saying, let's put all the gas on this fire. Let's go for it. This is the year. It's the World Cup. We could take over Nike as being like the brand for soccer, for football, for footy. And I'm just excited. I mean, I just love the idea of Adidas going for it.
Going for it, investing in that creative, in the creative work, the branding, the campaigns here. It should play off nicely.
And do you think that they can do it? Do you think that they can surpass Nike?
Yeah, I was doing a little Google search. In 2025, Nike for athletic footwear and apparel was $46 billion total in sales in 2025. Adidas got 29. But it said, I mean, in my quick search here, it says that it seems to be Adidas is performing better in 2026 already.
Is that what chat's saying?
This is what Gemini is saying.
Thank you, Gemini.
You know, I can't even
shout
Google
out Gemini.
anything
Shout out
without
Marvin
the AI overview now. It goes when I Google stuff, it goes right into the AI overview.
Yeah, you gotta double check those. They're not.
Oh, really?
They're not great. But the way that Adidas is growing, it's a moment. They also, not to mention the marathon. The 3 top runners all wearing Adidas. World records being broken.
Yeah.
They have performance and they have lifestyle, both cooking at the same exact moment. With the shoes, soccer, and I love that they kind of leaned into like the most recent best soccer ad I can remember is the we've got next. Who's up next? Nike soccer commercial where all the kids were playing in the field and then they all turned into, like one turned into Ronaldo, one turned into other Ronaldo, one turned into Messi.
That was Nike.
Mbappe.
Nike and Wyden.
Yeah.
Early 2010s.
Yeah, Nike soccer ad from back in the day. But that was like the last one that I remember being like, viral in the same way. I think this has the legs to do it.
Yeah.
But
Oh, I'm in. I agree with you. I'm all in on this Adidas taking over Nike.
so did you
now.
like this ad? You like this ad better than the Nike one that I'm talking about? Where it was like the I forget what it's called. It's like Who's Got Next?
Yeah.
It's like they're in the field. You remember it though. Like they're
it's
all
the
in
kids.
the field. The kids are playing.
They're
and they
picking their
turn-
teams, and then they start turning into the actual athletes.
Yeah, the one kid's like Neymar would never do that. And then he turns back into
that was
himself.
fun too. I think this is kind of reflecting of where we're at, and this is a good personification of what we're seeing right now with Adidas. The personification of where entertainment, storytelling, and craft are all mixing together.
Yeah.
like
Yes.
it's a real good signal benchmark of what advertising is looking.
And then
looking like
distribution.
today.
And then distribution, the final leg of that is you getting Chalamet to post it is like the most, that
Perfect.
is probably the most, honestly, probably the most expensive part of the entire campaign with Chalamet and like signing him. But it's also the most valuable because it's so
got that
easy
reach.
for something like this to just dwindle away, especially in a sea of World Cup ads coming out, which we'll talk about in the 2-minute drill.
I want to see what Timothy wears courtside at the Knicks games. Like what shoes he'll wear. Do you think it'll be Adidas?
I don't know. He's like a Timberland. He's wearing like the Timberland
Butters?
boots.
Is that what they call them?
Yeah. I mean, he's Timmy Two Steps. But that was the top story. Let's go into the 2-minute drill. 2-minute drill, world famous. Everyone loves it. It's the biggest stories of the day. 2 minutes for each topic. We will get started right now. Let's ride. Maury's back, Gino. 4 years.
Maury. He's back in action. 4 years ago, he ceased to film his last Maury episode. It was done 4 years ago. However, just this week, they did a reboot. A reboot launch. Air, the creative ops platform, brought Maury back into the game here, and really a new 15-minute episode featuring Maury by Air. What do we need to know?
I watched it. It looks like a Maury episode. They just made a Maury episode, and they tried to, and all the tensions, all the heated rivalries are centered around kind of like some sort of AI angle. Like I think one of them is that someone's being cheated on, and like it's a love triangle, and the love interest in the middle of the love triangle is an AI bot, and so Maury is like kind of interjecting himself and trying to come up with a solution. But insane work. Air, as we know, friends of the program, but also do the craziest shit in B2B SaaS tech marketing, and this is another example of it. They don't stop. This team does not stop.
They did not stop. They got Maury back here. It's on the Hollywood Reporter, and it was made in a matter of weeks. It's got the human element. It's got the actual AI element to help produce it. But really, Maury was all in on it because it had that fusion. It wasn't all AI writing and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
nice job to them.
Maury, good
guy.
What
We
a
met
guy.
him.
We met him. We got to interview him. More to come on that. We had a sit down. We sat down with Maury, and that was fantastic. Ross, can we bring it back to the 2-minute drill? And because I have no idea how much time.
Oh, we got
17 seconds we've got. Great. So 15 seconds left, Gino. What do you remember watching Maury growing up? Was it a part of your childhood?
Not so much. My mom, I will say that when I told my mom that we were going to interview Maury, she's like, was so excited. I was probably the most proud she's ever been of me. So
Ubiquitous. He's ubiquitous.
Thank you to Air for that interview opportunity.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. No lays, no game. This is one of the most ridiculous things I've seen. I don't look at this picture alone, and you're like,
I like the Steve Carell.
Steve Carell.
I like him in Rooster. Have you watched the
No.
Rooster? You got to watch the
No
Rooster.
lays, no game. Pretty much what they did, for the World Cup promotion, they went to like a supermarket, grocery store. Allegedly, this is all actual people, and they kind of just like started grabbing people who had bought Lay's chips at the grocery store and brought them to a party at David Beckham's house. And you just have like all these soccer legends, and then Steve Carell is just hanging out with them. And they just made a video about like how this party unfolded. Interesting thing to know, to really drive home that it was real, they do some shots of like a camera guy, a boom mic right there.
Oh,
like
the Jason Murray
Yeah,
approach,
right there.
yes.
Yeah, that's a fake camera for sure. But what'd you think of this, Gio? 'Cause it's kind of a lot. It's kind of a
lot.
whirlwind.
I think if you look at the campaign they did a couple years ago, was made by Slap Global as well was just a little bit more clear to me. The fact like it was Terry Henry going door to door and like looking for a place to watch the match, and he would only go in if they had lays. So this is an extension of that.
Yes.
I think the first one was super fun and clear. This is pretty fun and clear too.
So my thing, I think that I love this. Obviously, this idea is absurd and like I love the idea of it. It's really, really hard to execute something like this because if you're trying to make it real in the sense of like using real people and actually grabbing people off the street and then actually just bringing them to a party and pretty much just documenting what happens at the party. So it's like you only have so much you can control if you want to make it actual authentic. And so for this, it's like it's an insane whirlwind fever dream.
Yes.
And I just love the idea so much, but I think it's really, really hard to execute it.
Strategically, they're thinking about the category entry point of when you're buying groceries.
Right.
You need to be thinking about
Dude,
buying
we've been on
lays.
this grocery store shit for a while. I'm like fascinated by the idea of
You like the grocery stores.
I don't go to
When
any,
was the
but I
last time
love
you
it.
went to a grocery store?
I go to Whole Foods, I go to the sushi pickup.
Next time you go to Whole Foods, maybe you'll grab a Keystone Light
Boom!
Kapple beer.
Come on.
Actually, this ad strategic.
Fucking awesome.
Strategic. Let's show it. It's not that
Fucking
long.
awesome.
Can we show this?
Yeah, come on. I mean, quality meats behind this one, Gino. Absolute eater.
What other countries call football made it 95% less foot related, 100% more tackling. So when someone else made an apple beer, we made it better. 15 pack with delicious apple flavor.
Great little AI alligator thing.
From America. So
It has a strategy.
Of course. I know it. I know it does.
It's good.
I fucking know it. I'm sorry for swearing so much, but I just see this ad and I start
This
losing my
has Joe
mind.
Burns written all over it.
Yeah, you
'Cause,
think
like,
so?
Being from the UK,
Yeah.
like looking at the
America.
US and seeing like it for what it is,
Joe
making
Burns.
fun of it in a way, a slight hand there. It's smart.
Joe Burns' strategy at Quality Meats.
Yes, sir.
Really, really smart. Great follow on LinkedIn. But I get what you're saying. Listen, if you're drinking Keystone Light, I was a drinker of Keystone Light in college. I wasn't necessarily the most sophisticated individual. And I think the whole thing, when you're talking about Keystone Light and also being self-aware, like there's already Apple beers that are like,
Yes.
and like we just did it again.
Yeah,
Because that's what you do in
but made it
America.
better. You
Yeah,
take
we
it
made
and
it
make it
better. In America, we steal French fries. France, make it better.
Absolutely. It was Bush Apple was like the
Bapple.
first
Bapple, now it's Kapple. That's pretty funny.
It's good.
It's just
good.
pretty
I can
good.
see college kids or whoever.
Yeah.
Just like
They're doing it all on social too. It's all social, which I think is smart. Like don't like college kids aren't watching TV. They're on social. They're gonna share it with their friends because it's kind of like hell yeah core.
Yep.
Gino, Panera, call your freaking mom because Mother's Day is coming up, and Panera wanted you to remind you of that. So they made a social video where they just brought in people, real people, didn't tell them what was gonna happen, sat them down in a booth at Panera and said, "You're gonna share a meal with someone." That someone, their mother. Their mother joins them, and then they just document what happens. This always hits.
These hit.
These always hit. You
This
know,
hits.
it's very much like, I don't know, Dove is a brand that comes to mind when I think of these kinds of emotional, like relationship, real life human connection. What'd you think of it?
Interesting. The thing I'm curious about, do moms like Panera bread? Is that
Yes.
That's probably a
time.
thing.
Yeah.
That's probably a thing as well here. Execution, fantastic. Emotional. It got me in my feels. I'm gonna call my mom tonight.
Yeah.
And yeah, it had me feeling away. Jack.
I mean, this stuff, it just is like,
it's good.
It's
It's
like-
good for the soul.
it's good for the soul, and it's such a, I just think it's like a simple idea. Don't overthink it. Like, we are Panera. People actually sit in Paneras. I think that's a big difference too.
Yeah.
This wouldn't work for McDonald's, because if you go to McDonald's, you're probably gonna get like shot at if it's the McDonald's near
That's
me.
a shame.
Yeah.
I used to have birthday parties at McDonald's.
You used to go into the playpen
Yeah.
thing, but Panera is a place where people actually sit down. I think of it like suburbs. I remember we would go out and drive and meet up with my grandma, and we would go to Panera.
That's
To
nice.
sit at, and it's like that's kind of like a classy little, easy, casual thing to do, and
It's a quick win. It's a quick win on social.
I think they've
for what it
Scoop
is.
Alert, they've got some more coming out. You know,
Say it, Jack. Just
Scoop
freaking
Alert,
say it.
I'm just saying. I think that there's going to
If
be
you
some
know something,
influence.
you
some
have to. You're a
influencer.
mandated reporter.
I'm not a mandated reporter. I'm not a reporter at all. I think they've got some more stuff coming out, influencer led. So combine all that. Watch out. Stay on the lookout. Mother's Day.
it.
Mother's Day is always. I mean, that stuff's great. It's great. Last one, Gino. It's an Old Navy summer.
Navy summer here. We just talked about Michael Francis being the new chief customer officer. I believe that was yesterday.
Yeah.
Wondering what Old Navy is going to do to make a comeback. Their first work launch from yesterday that we're going to be talking about here. It's got Ciara Miller. It's got Paris Hilton. Ask him, what are you wearing? And it is Old Navy. Jack, what do we need?
Yeah, they're going for the summer house route. They're going millennial. I think it's a clear positioning. You know, we asked about this yesterday. We talked about where is Old Navy? What's Old Navy going to do? Old Navy also owned by Gap, so in that house of brands, and Gap has just been crushing it for the last year straight. So we said, okay, I mean, how is Old Navy going to get to that level of success? And I think they're picking their POV here. They're going all in on the millennial, the person you're thinking about. They sit at home. They're probably like hanging out, watching Summer House. They're big in the reality TV. They do TV nights with their significant other or their friends. And I think these characters lend themselves, especially Paris Hilton.
So why can't you get on Summer House, a reality TV show? Friends, it's literally following a group of friends who work in New York City and share a rental house in the Hamptons. You should be on that.
Why? What makes you say that?
You live in New York. You're probably like the age demographic of the people on the show. That's all I got, really. But no, you got a personality.
Well, yeah, that's what I was hoping you would say.
You talking stuff.
I know. I
talking.
Love it. I love stirring things up too. I would gladly do Summer House, and if I did do it, I'd be
what do they
working
do
with Old
on
Navy.
the show? Like drink and party.
They just drink and party, and then they talk shit with each other.
So it's like
and then
Jersey
they
Shore.
cheat on each other.
Jersey Shore walks so everybody else could.
100%. It's the Jersey Shore-ification.
Yeah.
Jersey Shore did walk so that Summer House could run, but Old Navy, I just appreciate that they're kind of picking. They're picking a lane.
They picked a lane. They got a target audience there.
Yeah, Sierra's a big one. She actually wears Old Navy.
Is that the right target audience?
That is the question.
Millennials. What else could you go? Gen Z, Gen X?
Well, I
Gen
said
A?
yesterday, I thought it would be, which honestly this kind of is. At this point, like millennials are at that point. Like I thought it would be geared towards parents of young children to buy clothes for their kids.
That's
and
millennials.
I feel like that's, right?
For sure.
If you're a millennial, but like, I don't know if that makes sense though, because if I'm seeing Ciara wearing Old Navy and like at Summer House, I don't know how that reflects to me that I want to buy that for my kid.
Oh, so you're saying it's targeting millennial parents to buy for their kids?
I thought no. I thought before this came out, yesterday, I theorized that maybe Old Navy could go for the young parent, because I remember as a kid, my parents bringing me to Old Navy to get clothes because they were like, we don't have time to think about what clothes look like we should get you. Old Navy's affordable, and we know it's good quality, so we'll go there.
No, they're going right to the parent.
Yeah, they're just going
right to, not to the kid, right to you.
Yeah.
Right
What
to
do you think Gap? What do you think Gap is like almost is going for cool, very cool.
Yeah.
To me, right now, like culturally, Summer House is.
People must love it.
People love it, but I wouldn't say it's like.
It was,
I wouldn't say Summer House is like so cool. Like, oh hell yeah, Summer House like culture is that. Yeah. Nobody's like.
I'm looking at Ellie's reaction there. Summer House cool. Ellie,
Summer House is
thumbs up.
No. But like, thinking about, do you like compare?
Should I add that to my master media plan?
Compare young Maiko doing a music video with Gap to Old Navy having Summer House Ciara wear Old Navy. Okay.
Repeat what she said.
Ellie just said Ciara is the most culturally relevant person. There it is.
There you go.
And that settles that.
Boom. Nice play then. That's a good play then. That's a good play by Old Navy.
The most culturally relevant person.
More so than Chalamet.
Is the main character of Summer House. What a world we live in. Can you imagine? Genius. I guess it's like remember like Snooki was the most culturally relevant person during
Still
the
is
Shore
to me.
days. To me, she's a real one.
Thank you for the laugh track here. Shall we kick it into our first ever new segment?
First ever new segment. Oh, this is exciting. This is what the people came for. We put the word out and we said, if you have a creative idea, also shout out to Gage Childs. He was the inspiration. He gave this idea to us pretty much. Yeah. So
thank you for that.
He said it would be great if you let people dial in on a voicemail and pitch their creative ideas and react to them. Any idea for any brand in the world. Mm-hmm. And so that's what we're gonna do now. We picked some, we got a bunch of people send in voicemails. We're picking about a handful right now. We'll just listen to them and we'll react to them.
And the goal is we're going to tag the CMOs of
Yeah.
likely brands, so they might actually execute these ideas. So if we could have our production team on that would
Okay.
be fire.
So maybe are we ready for the first one? We listening to it? Let's do it.
Hey.
What do we got?
My name is Harry. I've had this idea for a few years for Harry's Razors, where it's Daniel Radcliffe and Harry from Harry and the Hendersons and me. We all use Harry's Razors. Basically, the entire campaign is Harry's use Harry's. So whether you're a daredevil or a former boy band member or a typical guy like me, Harry's stick together, and Harry's use Harry's. All right.
Harry's
Thanks.
use Harry's. They stick together. I like this idea, Jack. This is Harry from the Hendersons. Can you see this? That's who we
Oh,
started out.
wow, that's money.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't. Okay, so the idea here is Harry's use Harry's. So pretty much anyone can use Harry's. You can
Yes.
be Harry Potter. You could be Harry from the Hendersons, or just
guy.
a regular
This is
guy
the caller,
like our guy
Harry.
Harry that just called in.
He's the caller.
Okay, Harry's use Harry's. This to me feels like just Harry, the guy that called in, just trying to get himself in the commercial.
Hey, I appreciate that, but he's a regular, everyday guy, and that makes sense to me. What was I gonna say? What are some of the extensions from that? I mean, there could be a mass group chat as well, meetups in major cities of Harry's.
I mean, is there something around the fact that the name Harry has the word hair in it?
That's perfect.
Harry's use Harry's when they're hairy.
Yeah.
Harry's are hairy, and Harry.
I like that.
So if
This
you
is it.
if you saw an ad like this, and you got Harry from the Hendersons, you got Harry Potter, and you got Harry recurring caller for breaking and entering.
Yeah.
Is that compelling
To
enough
me,
to you?
I'm doing this new thing now. I don't know if anybody's noticed. I shave every morning now. My face.
What?
Every morning. So
Damn.
and it's like
I don't have to do that.
I hate it. It takes so much time. So if I saw this ad where regular everyday guys are shaving, I would actually be likely to buy.
I just think it's
Every morning.
We've seen there's like
And I use like a cheap Amazon basics.
there's like inspiration behind this. There's like proof points of this kind of campaign working where they bring it. It's like a normal guy next to a really famous rich person.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember those? Remember those ads where it was like Michael Jordan uses blank? Remember, and it was like Michael Jordan was just like a normal. It was someone else named Michael Jordan.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's what this reminds me
Yes.
of. Harry's. That's a good idea. That's a great start to the voicemail segment. Let's do the next one.
They might not all be great.
They might
We'll
not
let
all
you
be
know.
great. No, they might not. Next one.
Hey, Gino and Jack. This is Chirag. Hello from Dubai. Been a long time, but I had an idea that I absolutely have to get off my chest. So I guess thanks for doing this. Okay, so I was talking to a single friend and I asked him, what's he looking for in a partner? And he said, she needs to like cold AC, like air conditioning. Now it sounds stupid until you think about it, right? Like there's a 2020 stat from Vivian Solar, and they were like 75% of couples argue over the thermostat. And it's the kind of thing that people usually find out way too late. Like, because dating apps in general match people on who they say they are. But relationships are built on what you can actually live with every day. So I call this campaign Love at First Degree. And it could be for a renowned air conditioning brand, let's say like a Daikin. We could launch with creating like a world's first dating experience that matches people by their ideal temperature. Like singles could move through rooms set at 18, 22, 25 degrees. Oh wait, I just realized that was Celsius, but like 65, 70, 75 Fahrenheit. And they kind of just go around meeting people who share their comfort zone. Each of those rooms, we kind of showcase Daikin's cooling technology, like the intelligent airflow that follows you, do some challenges or compatibility aspects that just kind of make the experience better. We could take this further by partnering with Hinge, adding a comfort filter so you can find someone based on that. on social, we could get people talking about those AC quirks and share the data that we've gathered, like how New York feels comfortable versus Florida, how people are finding each other. Oh, I just got really excited about that. But yeah, I mean, Daikin's always made rooms comfortable, right? Like as a legacy brand. But now it can help people find comfort in each other as well. So yeah, that's what I had. Yeah, I'd love to know what you guys think.
All right, so that's like a legitimately really good idea. That's fantastic, right?
That's a strategist if I've ever heard.
That's like a legitimate advertising.
Find the stat, find the insight.
Interesting thing for me, I think that's a real life. That's actually gonna, like, he should have just emailed like Carrier or GE.
Yeah.
To be like,
Madison
you
Air.
should do this. Madison Air, shout out Illinois alum.
Yeah.
The interesting thing to me, I love the idea of people going to different rooms based on the temperature.
Yes.
Who would go to the 75-degree room, though?
Hey, I'm sure there's some people out there, but all I know is I'm not interested in the people that would have to sleep in 75-degree rooms.
I mean, he also, another thing is his bar about like dating apps being what you say you are, and then like he said something about, but when you choose to be in a relationship, it's what you can live with.
Yeah.
You know, like there's a difference between the surface level of your looks and your interests, but there's a whole nother level of relationship.
It's a deal breaker.
With like what you can live with.
Yeah.
So
I'm in
see
it. And I wanted to get Sol Batesh on this to listen in, so because I can see
Who's Sol Batesh?
That he is the founder of Fallen Media. He does a lot of those social shows like Street Hearts, which you've been on, Jack.
Correct.
You crushed.
Thanks.
But he does a lot of these social dating shows, and I can see a social dating show component of this.
Yeah.
And that would probably do well, where it's like different air conditioning, asking people what's the perfect degree.
Street Hearts.
It's just
Street Hearts question presented by GE. What's your preferred air conditioning temperature?
Yeah.
Easy.
That would do well.
Money. I mean, that's just an extension written all over it. Let's get some like hot influencers.
Yeah.
Cool them down.
Cool them down.
I feel like that's a little bit off brief on this one, but
Chirag, social things,
Chirag from Dubai, legend.
Chirag,
this is going straight
done.
to GE. I like that one. Next voicemail.
Hey guys, big fan. This is Brian from Texas. I have an idea for LinkedIn, our favorite social platform. The campaign is called Open to Work, but and it's to attract all of those employees discreetly trying to find a new job and don't want to have the Open to Work green banner on. So is it a good idea? I don't know. Is it on brand? Who cares? It's just my thoughts. Have a good one.
Is it on brand? Who cares?
Who cares?
Is it a good idea? I don't know. Brian from Texas, LinkedIn. So his idea is LinkedIn open to work, but shh. Because you were saying this yesterday, the perception around the green open to work.
I don't like the green circle around the thing. I think it's a perception issue there. If I was looking for a job, I would get rid of it. I would not have that on there. That's just me transparently. They do have a feature, Jack. You can turn on open to work for recruiters. So it's not as like public. They have a feature that they can make a campaign around this.
Wow.
So
they should be promoting that more.
Yeah, they should.
Jessica Jensen, we
This
just
is
found
it.
another idea for you to promote the open to work, but shh.
Yes.
Brian from Texas might have stumbled on something. In his words, of course, Jessica, is it on brand? Who cares? There's your new marketing strategy for LinkedIn.
There's a need for it, and there is a capability that LinkedIn has for it. So
from Texas.
let's
Brian
do
from
it.
Texas might be the most electric person, most electric caller that we've ever had. That's like a perfect advertising brain too. To be like, here's the idea. If you like it, great. If you don't, I don't care.
Got plenty more.
Got plenty more. Yeah, they're coming in droves. And it's a true thing. It is. People don't like having the open to work banner. I think we have one more voicemail for the day before we kick it into the interview portion of the show, where we've got some great people.
This is fun.
Joining
though.
us.
This is fun.
Let's
Good
hear it.
ideas,
Let's hear this
people.
last idea.
Hey, breaking entering. This is an easy one for brands out there. We need more blimps. Like, there's just not enough blimps in my life. I don't know how many there are right now, but I feel like there's way less. And they're like floating billboards that are like humongous. So brands out there, start making those blimps. And, this is like the only time I'll ever see an ad, like, just like outside. And I'll be like, whoa, that's cool. Look at that giant floating thing in the air. And then, Goodyear, classic. Just go get a blimp. Brands, just get a blimp. It's like the only thing where it's floating around, everyone outside runs outside, and it's like, well, look at that cool blimp. All right. Yeah, that's an easy one for you guys. See ya.
So that was my brother. He's really excited about that, but he's also correct.
Yeah, there's not enough blimps out there.
Like the Goodyear blimp. Shout out to Taylor Grimes, and shout out to also the team at BBH. We just interviewed the head of strategy at BBH who works on Goodyear.
Yep. And Taylor Grimes, VP brand lead at Goodyear.
And
they've got the blimp. They own the blimp right now, it seems like. But this is a good take here. How many blimps are there in the world? Do we know?
I think there's about 20.
20?
Yeah.
Not enough.
I know. I agree. And the you see like the planes that fly across the beach with the banner does not hit the same. I've seen a million planes in my life. I need more blimps. He's right though. Like, you remember when you would run outside to go look at the blimp?
Everybody's pointing. Everybody's pointing. That and Super Bowl ads are when the people are looking for the ads.
Yes.
Got to add that to my master media
Dude,
marketing
yes,
list.
you do. Tino has a running list of the best marketing ideas. One of which on there is what? What are the other ones?
1 million influencer campaign.
No.
Which one?
No, your master marketing list of best marketing ideas ever.
Oh, my best marketing list. Oh, yeah. The masters. I have a new list now about the master media plan to beat
the media mix.
fragmentation.
The media mix to beat all media mixes.
Yeah.
And then you got to add blimp. We need more blimps.
We need more blimps.
I think that maybe this is a good question for Taylor Grimes when you see this. Do you all just own the blimp market? Or you have like a monopolization over it where no other brand can buy a blimp? Because in a copycat league that is marketing, I'm shocked that there's not 500 other blimps just like constantly circling every neighborhood.
About $2 million to build a commercial grade blimp there. That's not too bad.
Would you
skip out
rather
on an influencer?
Yes,
major
literally. Like, would you rather have Timothée Chalamet for 10 seconds in your ad, or a blimp for the rest of your life?
Yes, not to mention maintenance, helium
permits,
shortage,
payroll, gas,
so much.
Lindenberg.
And also, I have to play devil's advocate. If we see more blimps, will it
deteriorate
the...
I think there's still an opportunity. I obviously have to go to bat for my brother right now, and I think there's still time to get in before it's too late.
Is your brother in marketing?
My brother's not in marketing. He does something else.
Okay. Well,
I'm not going to dox him. I'm not going to dox him.
Maybe he should consider.
Blimp marketing.
Blimp
salesman would be a great door-to-door blimp salesman.
Outdoor media.
Dude, you see, remember like at Cannes they had like the drone light.
Oh, that was
thing?
Sick. That was sick.
That was sick, but I think a blimp at Cannes, it feels like a no-brainer.
I want a blimp everywhere.
Have you seen the Goodyear social media accounts for the blimp is so good. They're so funny. And I think and it's also such a layup though, because the blimp is such a funny looking thing.
Yeah, they're trying to make a persona around their blimp.
You know, we talked to their head of social media at Goodyear, and she told us like it's kind of hard because they need to market Goodyear, but there's so much attention that goes to the blimp, which is like a good problem to have, like rich people problems. But it's kind of like a challenge because our whole brand is tied up in this damn blimp.
It seems to me that if I'm Goodyear and I have blimp and I'm built on speed now, I would do a blimp race. Like one of the people that have a different branded blimp, let's do a race.
Yeah, blimp race would be good.
Showtime.
Can they? There's such FAA, air rights.
That's why you work with an ad agency. They figure all that out.
How about a little I'll meet you halfway? Mm-hmm. If they do like Top Gun 3, maybe you throw in like a blimp integration there. Blimp,
I would watch the
or
Top
like
Gun
F1.
3.
F1, there could be something there. If you get the blimp to race.
Yeah.
If you could say like,
I think it's more NASCAR. F1 shouldn't be touching the blimps.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. Goodyear is more so if you have a blimp I would be like, here's what a blimp would look like if it was going as fast as the NASCAR cars.
Yes. They must. I don't know how fast they're going up there, but
I think they move really slow. I'm looking that up right now. How fast is a blimp? How fast is a blimp before we get into our next interview?
I got the answer.
All right.
75 miles per hour.
Oh, I'm seeing typically cruise at 35 to 45 miles an hour.
Top speed. I was
speed.
talking top speed.
Okay, top speed 75 miles an hour. That's faster than I thought.
Yeah, but
Much
cruising
faster.
speed.
Cruising speed. They're
35,
chilling at
40.
35. They're moving at 35 miles an hour up there. That feels almost impossible to move that slow in that big of an aircraft. God, that's scary. Blimp operator. Well, that was the voicemail segment.
That was a good,
Holy
time.
cow.
And what's the phone number? Do we have the phone number?
I don't know. I don't have it off the top. If I Google search it right now, I'll find it. I'll look up Breaking and Entering phone number.
If you have an idea that you're itching to get to brands out there out in the world, you can call this number.
Yeah, we'll put it somewhere. We'll post about it probably. But that was the voicemail segment, Gino. Let's move on with the rest of the show. Very excited about our guests today because our first set of guests are going to help you get a job. They're going to just get you a creative job, I feel like. And if you listen to this, you'll be better off because of it. If you like creatives, if you want to be a creative, if you are a creative, you can learn something in the next 15 or so minutes because Aisha Hakem and Ryan Durr have created or are in the process of creating something. It's the most comprehensive guide to creating a portfolio ever, Gino.
I'm going to nerd out here, and I can't wait because they interviewed so many amazing people. They're going to condense it all for you all. We're going to ask them about it right now.
Bring them in. Asia Hakem and Ryan Durr, welcome to the show.
What's up, guys? Thanks for having us.
Hello. This is scary. I'm scared.
Oh yeah, you're live. Millions of people are watching this right now, so let's make sure we don't mess
Okay,
up.
let's all just lock in for a second real quick, and let's just make sure that this is really good because it's really, really important that this is really good.
I think a good way to set the scene here. Not too long ago, the art of deck making was a presentation that went viral in the ad industry. Did you two work on this?
That's all Aisha. That's all Aisha.
Yeah, no, I made that originally during the pandemic where Brand Center, knew that a bunch of creatives had lost their internships and they wanted to do something for them. So they had a free summer virtual session, and they wanted me to come in and teach a class. And the class that I taught was the art of deck making. And just, I made it for people who had never been in advertising before, who had maybe never interacted with anyone in advertising, interns who knew nothing about it. So I just posted it on Twitter and LinkedIn being like, oh, if anyone doesn't know these things that I thought were fairly obvious, please take it. And it's funny how it's kind of continues to go.
It's
advertising
still
viral.
going around. When I worked in agency land, it was on everybody's desktops. People were referencing it. It is passed to the new folks there.
Talking about legacy.
And now I'm so
Wow.
excited because we have another object that people will share around coming soon here. So let's talk about it. What have you been working on? What's the idea?
Well, key difference is that this one is not going to be free.
Nice.
Hey, come on now. Takes a
No,
lot of time.
It does. No, it's taken a lot of time. Yeah. So, just to give a little bit of background, I mean, I didn't go to ad school. Ryan didn't go to ad school. Now, 13 years ago, Ryan mentored me when I was a junior, an intern, and he told me what a portfolio was and why you should have an interesting about me and all the things that you need to have within a portfolio. And I kind of have always taken that with me, and he's continued to mentor younger creatives. And so it's always been important to us to give back and make sure that we're leveling the playing field in the ways that we can. And we just started to see a discrepancy in the not just junior books, but all the way up to ACD of people who just weren't fulfilled and didn't quite know how to approach their books. And so we started talking to recruiters and creative directors just to honestly give better feedback when we were doing our own portfolio reviews. But those conversations were so interesting and so touched on so much beyond how to write a good about me, or why you should have an about me, or what kind of campaigns you should put in. Like, they were so insightful that we felt like we were sitting on this kind of gold mine of information. And so from then we've interviewed 25 plus people. I think our goal is 30, and we've organized and condensed all of this great feedback and are kind of making this absurdly comprehensive guide. So anyone can kind of look at what they have, and no matter if you're a junior or all the way up to an ACD or even beyond, like there's something for everyone to learn. So I think that's really cool.
Yeah, Ryan, I want to ask you about, why is it so important that there is kind of almost like a standardized sort of way to think about making the book? I think there's like some obvious potential routes, like there's so many out there. Like, you don't want to give something to someone who won't be able to figure out how to go through it. But maybe starting there, like, why is that important? And then we can talk about what you've been learning, some sneak preview teasers around the guide.
Yeah, no, good question. I think we had a big light bulb moment talking to some of those recruiters early on, like Lauren Ranke when she was at Wyden. They have 2 minutes, maybe less than 2 minutes to look at a portfolio. And especially when it's like a portfolio day at Brand Center, when they're getting hundreds of books, it has to go really, really fast, right? And so there's a minimal amount of things that recruiters and creative leaders can look at in that time. So it was kind of like, how do you optimize your portfolio to stand out and buy yourself either 30 extra seconds of them looking at it and critiquing it, or just moving it into the consideration pile? And that's what we started to unpack, because the industry will always tell you it's all about the work, it's all about the work, it's all about the work. But as Aisha and I found out, it's not just all about the work, it's about how you present the work and all of the things surrounding the work. And making it super digestible, or making your POV interesting, or framing up the problem in a really unique and compelling way so that it's memorable. So either that recruiter or the creative director is like, oh shit, this is one that I need to keep and come back to.
Yeah. What is the when you're opening up and doing a portfolio review of on your own, what is the first thing you look at?
You want to take it first, Aish?
Sure. Well, I'm an art director, so I'm visual. And so I think the second I land on a page, and there's a great quote in the book that we have where it's like, your first impression starts the moment that page loads. And so when people say like, oh, it's all about the work, they're going to maybe make a couple clicks before they even get to the work. So I'm really big on first impressions. To me, that gives a sense of where this person, how lost they are or how not lost they are, where I'm like, okay, I really need to dive in and look around and make sure I'm kind of digging for the gold if I see that they're fairly junior or maybe just don't have all the context clues needed to build a really strong portfolio. And then, like a lot of people, you go to the About Me because you want to learn about this person and see where they are from and see kind of what their creativity is kind of rooted in. And then I'll kind of start to dive into the other things like the first or the second project. And what we also found is like, it's very rare that they get beyond the first, or at least on a first round. They're probably going to look at your About Me. They're going to look at your extra stuff, like maybe a side project or a special interest. And then they're going to look at your first project. And so one of the things that we are unpacking for people is like how to create a narrative and the easiest way for them to get to from point A to point B without losing their attention in between those two things. And sometimes that can be as simple as like, you are asking them to click an extra time to download your resume, or you have included maybe a third person joke in your About Me. Like, dude, you're done. Like, they're clicking the exit and they're leaving and they're moving on to the next person. And like, that is a lot of pressure
Oh,
to
man.
put
Yeah.
on a couple of seconds. And so like Ryan said, we're just trying to buy people a few more seconds of consideration so someone will look just that little bit extra deeper.
And then Ryan, anything else to add there?
Yeah, no, it was shocking how consistently people said the first click is the bio or About Me. And that's true for myself too. It's like, it's not, the best project you worked on. People want to see who you are and then how you're telling your story, because we're all selling something, right? And somebody much smarter than us said essentially, like, if you can't sell yourself, then how am I going to trust you to sell the brand that I want to hire you for? And that's why that's the first click.
Explosion noise, please, Ross. Boom. Thank you very much.
Great.
That was
great.
fantastic.
So like, I guess like overall, like what has been like the most shocking thing that you guys have learned from this process on what the portfolio needs to start looking like today?
God, it's funny. Every time Aisha and I have an interview, we first of all immediately call each other, and then we're like,
And
"Holy shit,
spiral.
and we need to redo our portfolio." There's always some massive like, "Oh, that's amazing" unlock, but I think for both of us, maybe sorry, Aisha may have a different one, but like I think I knew it, but I didn't know it until somebody articulated it. Your portfolio needs to have your POV. Like, what is your unique take on the world? Or how are you going to talk about yourself? And how do you pull that through in every bit of your portfolio, whether it's your work or your bio or your resume or your side projects? And making that kind of consistent voice and POV come through in every bit and piece so that it really is, again, like recruiters and creative leaders can say, like, I know who Ryan is, I know what makes them unique, and I know where to put them when I have an open job.
Asia,
Yeah.
anything else to add there?
Yeah, I'll go from sort of like a more heady place because I think, again, like it's so funny. We started writing this and, people are going to golf because we're like the industry of brevity and simplicity, but we have 3 sections before we even get to like the homepage. And that's built out of all of our conversations. And I think one of the things that we learned that is so true, but it hadn't been articulated. And, I feel this too when I click on a portfolio and I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be a chore to go through. Like, this is going to have to just, it's not enjoyable. And one of the things I think it was Jeff Kling said is like, your portfolio, it needs to be generous to the viewer. It needs to be, you need to give them something for the minute, for the 30 seconds, for the 2 minutes, for the 5 minutes, if you're really lucky, that they're going to spend with your work. And so every single touch point, like if you're going to write a write-up on a project page, write the hell out of that. Like, make it interesting, make it fun to read, make it worth these people who are billing God knows what an hour, like make it worth their time. Give them something back for giving you a review and making you and considering you for this job. And so I think that to me, like that's the big thing is, and it's hard to know what that means, be generous with someone's time, but it's just is like, you have to make it interesting. It can't be clinical. And you have to, give them a reason to be there. At the same time, there's a balance, right? Like you can't be so out of the box, so crazy, so attention grabbing that you're diluting the true purpose of your website, which is to show your ad work. And so it's all of this, like, it's such a delicate balance between showing who you are and showing your POV and making sure you're getting the right amount of simplicity and the right amount of brevity with the right amount of context. Like, it is such a delicate dance. And I think we're just trying to, and that dance to me is a little bit of like the gatekeeping that I think we're used to in this industry, where you have a lot of people who will, and we are expected people to say like, why do you need 200 pages to tell someone just to like it's all about the ideas, just make great work, just have an interesting about me and like, don't be a dick. And it is so much deeper than that. And like, I just think that not giving people the proper context is a way to keep people out. And, I think the great thing about this industry is like, it's of weirdos and misfits and people who don't quite fit in a box. And I think that in order to retain that, we have to continue to level the playing field and give context to people so they have a fighting chance to get, an extra 30 seconds from a recruiter or a creative director who they really respect.
Well, I think the thing that you said earlier about leveling the playing field is so real, and like kind of because as someone, I was like studying finance in college, and you talk about like gatekeeping, the resume, the way that your resume was formatted had to be an exact certain way so that when you gave it to the recruiter at the bank, they saw it and they're like, okay, got it, this person's legit. And if it wasn't in that exact format or template, they would legitimately throw it away. They'd be like, oh, screw this. But it's so real though, to give yourself a fighting chance, especially if you're someone that's not coming from an ad school or like an undergrad program, to be able to put it in the right way.
That
Gino.
leads to my big question. That was a great setup.
Thank you, Gino.
Big question. If I read this book, this guide, will it replace the need for a portfolio school?
Oh no. See, this is there are a lot of books who can tell you how to think of great ideas. Like honestly, you probably shouldn't be taking that feedback from Ryan and I. No, there are tons of brilliant people far smarter than us who can tell you how to think. This is not, and that we touch on craft and what people mean when they say great work and great ideas and big ideas. Like you need to touch on those things to explain at a high level like what a portfolio should be, but we're not replacing ad school. Like this is everything outside of the thinking. This is the thing that's gonna again like give you a couple extra seconds someone poking around your website. But of course, if they get to your project page and it's perfectly laid out and it has a stunning intro and it's so funny and you scroll down and it sucks, like that is a personal like then it is about the work at that point, but we're just trying to get people to even get there.
I totally, absolutely, we're not trying to replace ad school, portfolio school, but Aisha and I do very much have a heart for the creatives who aren't able to go to ad school for whatever reason, and I think maybe there was an ember of that in the beginnings of this project. Like again, Jack, you said it. How do we level the playing field so that some of those creatives who are either getting into this industry late or just aren't able to go to portfolio school have a bit of a fighting chance, and those who are coming out of portfolio school, like, dude, you get thrown in the deep end. So what, I have these great ideas. What the hell do I do with them? How do I make a connection? Like, how do I need to show this stuff in a way that's going to get me hired?
Yeah, it's fascinating.
Well said.
I think the biggest thing that it was striking to me was the concept of almost creating a thread with your POV from the About Me section all the way through the work. Like I thought I think that's interesting because sometimes you can see like in a portfolio or someone's website, their About Me is like in one way and style and like sounds differently than like the work that they did. It's almost like, oh, I wish that the About Me was just like the work. Like, I feel like that there's a disconnect there, and I thought that was really interesting.
Well, when we talked to Colleen DeCourcy, who at some point will just publish the whole transcript because everything she says is gold. One of the first things she said was like, when we said, hey, well, what do you want to see in About Me? She said, well, the entire website should be your About Me. You shouldn't be containing who you are to just your About page. That needs to come through everywhere. And that was one of the conversations when Ryan and I were like, we need to tell people this because like, I don't think that this type of feedback is something that's really given to people.
I love it. When can the people get the feedback?
Yeah,
when will this come out?
Well, we've been working on it a long time, and so we're committed to getting it out soon.
What's the deadline for the people?
Yeah,
we want to help you commit. We want to help you guys commit
like, can people find out? How can people find out when it does go live?
Well, we have a Google form on my LinkedIn. We have a design agency who's working on the design, so we don't have to look for me. And I would say within, before fall semester.
We don't. Hey, we won't hold you to that.
We want to hold you accountable here.
You don't. You want to. I appreciate that. We are not going to check in. We'll check in a good way.
Trust me, you'll know. Trust me, you'll know.
Well, we're actually going to install a countdown clock on all of our live streams.
Honestly, that would be really amazing.
Yeah.
Pressure.
In 78 days, in 23 hours, it's coming.
Nicely done to you both. Thank you so much for coming on. We can't wait to see the final product in sometime in fall, maybe.
Hey, we'll see.
Awesome. Thanks for having us.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Appreciate you both. There you go. Build a better portfolio. Live a better life. Thoughts?
No, I think it's great. Wait, say it again, your line?
Build a better portfolio, live a better life.
That's true.
And that's what I've been saying. I've been saying that for years. All right, next guest, Gino, let's run it.
He might be living a better life. Michael Osborne right now is the new head of strategy at Special New York. We're going to ask him about the new gig, what he was doing before, what brought him to Special, why it's special. Michael Osborne, welcome to the show.
Hey, Jack. Hey, Gino. Thanks for having me on.
Well, Michael, we broke the news yesterday.
Is that confirmed? Yeah, it's breaking news.
Can we call it, Michael? Can we say that like that was a breaking and entering exclusive?
I think we can go there.
Okay.
Can.
That's amazing. Well, it's obviously got to be exciting for you. Let's start there. Like, have you had your first day? Have you like where are you at right now?
Yeah, so this is week 3. So jump straight into it and I'm having a blast so far. I think it's a really exciting time to be on the indie side of the industry right now. I think there's like real momentum around a lot of the indie agencies. And I think a big part of that is, clients are sort of seeing and remembering that big ideas can be really powerful and they're a really good way to grow your business. And I think indies are doing that better than anyone else right now, especially special. And I'm going to say special and especially a lot of times in this conversation.
Oh, of
like
course.
it.
How could you not? How could you not use that?
Exactly.
Yeah, because you spent time, I'm looking at the old LinkedIn. You spent time at Droga 5 and before that 72 and Sunny, BBH. So you were in the hold co cycle for some time now here. I mean, have you always had the itch? Have you always thought about like in the back of your mind, like indie is the next route? Because after that, it's either indie or brand side.
100%. I mean, a lot of those companies also had a sort of independent spirit. They started as indies and got bigger. So there was always a little bit of that within them. But more recently, it just felt like, for me, I love just being a part of big ideas, developing strategies and insights and thinking about what are the cultural ways that we can land this, out in the world. And that's kind of happening on the industry, on the indie side of the industry right now. So it felt like that was the opportunity. If you go to another holding company or a big agency, you're kind of trading for the same situation. So I wanted to try something new, and so far it's completely living up to what I thought it would be. We have a small leadership team here in New York. It's special, who are kind of we're coming together. We have lots of exciting stuff in the pipeline already. Brand platforms for iconic brands like Hanes, which are in production right now. So really excited about what's ahead over here, and it feels like we're in a real moment of momentum right now.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of indie agencies out there. Was there? I'm not gonna say was there anything special about Special? I'm not gonna say that. Was there anything unique about Special that really felt appealing for you?
I think the sort of the commitment to both craft and culture, when ideas are great, but you sort of need to kind of coddle them, baby them, obsess about them. And when I spoke to kind of the creative leads here, Matt and Dave, it was very clear that craft was everything. Same with Estefania and Kasha in our New York office. And you see that come through in kind of the work that's been out there, just the attention to detail. Whether it's the Uber Eats Super Bowl work, or whether it's even just this week we saw the Fox Sports World Cup idea break, and just every little detail has been sweated, the cameos, the inside jokes, the hat tips and the winks. It all comes together to, honestly, I'm an England fan, but I got chills and laughs in equal measure. So if they can make me feel that way, then something's going right.
Totally. Yeah, they do. I do feel like there's a specific look and feel to the work that Special's been doing lately that feels it's so measured. It's like obsessive, but in a way where like they're sweating every detail. And if you catch it, you feel like you're on the inside of an inside joke, which I think is interesting. I think that like how you get to that point is very interesting because it takes a lot of work.
Definitely does.
Yeah.
I was going to ask about the interview process at that level.
Yeah,
I know
how
you
does
don't
that
have to
work?
I mean, like high level, like, because the junior level there's like the screening call. It's very formalized. They have to use your strengths and
Yeah,
weaknesses.
you're not doing like the easy apply button on
There's no
LinkedIn.
easy apply button. I'm
be the
sure
head of
it's like you
strategy.
develop a relationship. They know they
Right.
obviously have been following you for a long time here. So I guess my question is like, was there a specific question that they asked you or something that you heard from the CCOs or Kelsey Hodgkin? Was there a specific moment in the conversations of the interview processes where you're like, yes, this is the place for me?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because, at this stage in your career, I've been in the industry for 15 years. You kind of know a lot of people, so there's no kind of stranger danger or anything when you're in that interview process. But I think every conversation was really organic. It just felt like we were vibing and we were on the same page. We share similar values around, Kelsey as a strategist by trade. Funnily enough, I actually wrote my first brief for Kelsey at BBH in London about 15 or 16 years ago. So we reconnected over that. But I think, we talked a lot about kind of the role of culture, and how that is driving kind of strategic thinking. And when we talked about kind of how we get there, and it's not about these big sort of macro macro cultural trends where you feel like, every brand is sort of circling around the same 5 insights or the same 5 trends, and you get a possibility strategy or a potential strategy or an agency strategy. It was more about how do we find the real truth? How do we dig into audiences and how do we really understand what's going on in culture and how we can really kind of attach to the things that people care about, where their attention is. So I think when we were simpatico on that, that was kind of when I knew, this is going to work out. This is the right fit. And it was incredibly quick and kind of, dare I say it, easy. It just felt right. I think we all felt good from the off.
Yeah, you gotta. I feel like you just have that feeling. It makes sense. And to be and now, I guess based on your, I don't know. Like I want to ask about like the coaching philosophy almost. Like your philosophy.
I was thinking,
really?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Thanks. So there it is, Michael. Your philosophy when it comes to strategy today, just broadly.
Yep. I think it's easy to get kind of like startled by the amount of possibilities and the amount of data that we have, the amount of inputs, the tools that we have at our disposal now. At its core, it is still the same simple process. Identify a problem that needs to be solved, identify an insight or an opportunity that allows us to kind of get to a creative springboard, and then inspire your creative teams to kind of solve that problem in the most creative ways. It doesn't get more complicated than that. I think the tools change. I think the ways that the brief comes into us from clients, and honestly, our clients are getting more and more sophisticated as well. Many more people within client organizations are strategists by trade. So we're kind of like joining the different parts of the process. But as long as you can stay true to what am I actually trying to solve here? What needs to happen in order for this business to grow? That's when you start to scratch around the right things. There's lots of things it could be, but there's only a few things that it should be. And I think finding those is what I tell my team as well, to be the thing that you hold on true to. What's the thing that's going to make this kind of take off?
Fundamentals. They still work. And it's important to be good at the fundamentals, because then when the creatives see a bad brief,
it's got to leave a bad taste in your mouth, right?
They'll reject it. They'll reject you.
Yeah, it's interesting to hear this because, we talked earlier this week with Samantha Deavy, who's the current Chief Strategy Officer at BBH, and talking about the work that they're doing with Goodyear. And to me, I feel like I'm hearing similar kind of ethos in the sense of keep the strategy, make it simple. Like she was saying for Goodyear, develop the POV, like fast is fun kind of thing, like make it simple and just give room for the creatives to execute. And it feels like I'm kind of hearing the same thing from you.
Yeah, I mean, complexity is kryptonite for creatives, and I totally get it. The more that we can boil it down and give them something to run with that feels interesting and sticky, the better we're doing at our jobs. And look, as a strategist, we got to be ready to go like, you know what, I messed up on this one. You know what, this probably isn't right. This is what I thought it was, but if it's not getting to good ideas, it's not working. We got to go back and we got to figure this out. But I think what I love, at least about working with Kasia and Estefanio so far here, is they are so collaborative. And I think when you form that connection between creative and strategy, that's when you sort of do that little bit of a dance between where does the brief end, where does the idea start. Nobody's precious about who owns what part of it. And we're just, again, collectively and collaboratively solving problems together internally with our clients. That's when the magic happens.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. So now looking ahead, because I think special New York, obviously that office is relatively new compared to the LA. So what gets you excited about that? You're starting to build the foundations and the growth of a new office of an agency that's pretty hot right now.
Yeah. We have we have the team in place now. We're growing pretty fast. We have momentum and we have wind behind our sails. I think for us, as we look to kind of the rest of this year and beyond, like I said, we have some really interesting and exciting ideas in the pipeline for brands like Hanes. We have briefs coming in from Bumble, work for Instagram. So for me, it's about how do we sort of really nurture those ideas, get them out in the world in a way that kind of lets them honestly live their best lives and get the most attention they can. And really kind of just, keep growing the agency in the way that it's going. I think in a weird way, I sort of stepped in at the right time because it's just, how do I keep pushing from behind and kind of making sure that we keep this thing moving forward? like don't mess it up. Basically, is the brief.
Michael,
You won't, Michael.
I want you to take the pressure off. You won't mess up.
And if you need anything, let us know. We're here to help out. If you need any extra hands,
we'll just send ourselves over there.
We'll send ourselves over.
I don't know what could he possibly need help with.
Listen,
Extra
interview,
hands
like
for.
if they have a campaign coming up for Bumble on single losers in New York, they can call us up to do some in-depth interviews, Jack.
Specifically me. I mean, you talk about loserville, population me. Yeah, Michael, if you're ever looking to appeal to losers in their mid-20s.
Living in New York, we can help you out.
I have your numbers now. I'm going to start the group chat. Right.
Perfect. Excellent. Well, I
insight
appreciate
machines.
That. For sure. I got a lot to say.
Got a lot to say.
Michael, appreciate your time. Congrats on the new gig. I will say also to glaze you, it says a lot when we are posting about someone getting a new job. The amount of people that comment and people that were at old agencies with Michael, it says a lot, I think. So congrats, Michael. Congrats on an amazing career so far, and excited to see what's next with Special New York.
Awesome. Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
That was Michael Osborne.
When you quit your full-time job to do breaking entering, did you do a mass email internal saying, "Hey everybody, I'm leaving. Thank you so much"? Did you do one of those?
They were like, "We'll see you back here in 2 months." You freaking loser! What are you talking about? That's what they said. Did you? I mean, I feel like.
I did a big one. I mean, the mass email system.
Yeah.
We did a whole party.
Oh, they were celebrating you leaving. They were like, "Get him out! Get him out!" The last interview that we have today is exciting because it's very timely. This is why we do the live show live for moments like this. Earlier today, right before we went live, Ad Age reported that Flower Shop was the new creative partner for SeatGeek. Flower Shop, the indie agency based in the Bowery, in the Lower East Side, right next to our apartment. They get a big win here with SeatGeek. They've been doing great work, and we were able to get on the phone, and we got Al Mary to join us on the live show right now. Al Mary, CCO of Flower Shop, welcome to the show.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey Al, where you at?
We're up in Canada. We're filming with SeatGeek.
You just won it today. How could you be filming?
Quick.
This industry moves fast, guys, as you know. We won it this morning, and we're shooting this afternoon in Canada.
Look at that. Can we get a phone flip, or is that illegal?
Can you get a what?
A phone flip? Can we see what's going on around there? Is that?
Yeah, sure.
Right.
We're not actually on the set. I had to come out.
Wow.
But we are. We're
Overcast.
in Canada. It's pretty chilly, but it's great.
You know, that's what we say in this industry. Rob Mayhew just put it greatly recently. He said, "You got to move at 3 times the speed of culture." And so the fact that you win the business this morning, you get on set that afternoon, is this the kind of speed that we can be expecting more from the team at Flower Shop?
Yeah, we're actually going to be on air tonight with this commercial. So watch out. It's going to be fast.
World Cup
it's great. We won it, I don't know, not long ago, maybe a month or so ago, but it was a great process, and we really just struck a chord with the client. And, you know, the work that we presented in the pitch is the work we're making today, which doesn't always happen, which mostly doesn't happen. So it just kind of testament to the collaboration that we had during the pitch process. So it's great. Yeah, we're really happy, and it's going really well.
Can you tell me, like, best you can, like, where does SeatGeek sit in the market? Like, what's the positioning? Like, what are they aiming for? Can you reveal that to us?
I mean, you know, I don't think it's confidential that SeatGeek are fan first. They're trying to give the fan the best experience possible and the tools to be able to make the best decision about their seats. I feel like everyone who buys a seat on the secondary market feels like they're a little bit lost. They're not good. They're not sure whether they're going to get a good seat, whether it's going to be a great view, whether it's going to be good value or not. So SeatGeek are trying to give people the tools to be able to feel comfortable and confident in whatever live experience purchase that they're making. So they're trying to bring a transparency to it with things like deal scores and viewing your seat before you get there. So they're just trying to create a kind of fan first positioning, which we really loved and resonated with, because live experiences are kind of quite high stakes. You really want to get it right because they're so meaningful. So we appreciate that positioning, and yeah, we're working with them on that.
Yeah, I mean,
They're gonna blow up. The SeatGeek is
I
like the
know.
live experiences now. That's all we have left.
I mean, it's that. It's like the live experience.
That's all we got.
The last bastion of hope.
It's literally all we've got left.
The last bastion of hope for humanity is the live experience, paired with how I think there's such a negative perception recently around like tickets and buying tickets online, like hidden fees and all of that. I imagine that's exciting for you all to dig into, Al.
Yeah, totally, and they're really transparent about their fees, and you know, there's none of that hidden charges. They're not gatekeeping it. You don't have to like join a queue or be a VIP, or like, it's just like saying, okay, this exists, and we're going to make the best experience we can for consumers. I know, you know, it's ticket buying. You're right at the moment, especially with the World Cup and the trickiness with FIFA, shall we say. It's really important that like you try to give fans the best experience, because and SeatGeek company are trying to do that.
Yeah, I like this move from SeatGeek. You got a large company. I'm assuming it's a big company here, and they're taking, you know, they're investing in creativity, going with a smaller independent independent agency of the year on lists and stuff like that. That's you guys, Flower Shop. Can you give us? How'd you like that?
That was good glaze. Good glaze.
Thank you. I got to pause there. I have to think about the question.
Yeah, were you gonna get it? Were you gonna get to a question?
I was thinking about a question while I was
Sometimes
talking.
we just start talking and
Well,
we
I
hope
was
that we
going
find the question.
to ask, like, what's the nature of the relationship? There's like, obviously you're creating a campaign of some sort, like, but
Yeah, well, is SeatGeek looking for like a long-term partner, or is it like we just got to figure this shit out now and see what happens? I guess you might not be at liberty to say that, Al.
We, when we like try to scope out the opportunity with new clients, we are always looking for chemistry and partnership, and that has a longer term aspect to it. We're not in it for just like a quick hit and here's a campaign and see you later. We're here to like help build a brand with partners. So the chemistry part of it is really important to us, because we're always looking for a long term partnership, because I think that's how you gain trust, and trust leads to good work. So I thought it was an excellent question once you actually got round to it.
nice.
Yeah.
So
That's the feedback. That's the feedback that we look for when our guests come on, is to tell us if we ask good questions in real time.
Nice.
What do you think? How are you, Al, right now for Flower Shop? Because there's been a lot of really exciting work. I feel like the Crocs work was really cool, very different feeling, and you guys have just been doing a lot recently. I don't know. Like, can you describe what's going on at Flower Shop, where you all are sitting right now,
You
and
might
how
have to
you're
get a
feeling?
bigger office too.
Yeah, seriously, you might need a bigger office.
Well, yeah, we are bursting at the seams down there in the Lower East Side, and we've taken on extra space. We are going to have to take on more space in the near future, so there'll be more to come on that. But you are right. We are growing, and we're really fortunate to have found clients and partners that want to make the same work that we do, work that has like truth and intimacy and heart, and feels like it's been made by people for people. And I think that there's definitely that human touch and human element that we try to bring to everything we do, and it feels like there's a desire from clients for that kind of work and for that kind of approach too, not just the work, but just like how we go about the work. There's a lot of conversations, a lot of direct contact with clients, and it's just trying to create a bit of a team atmosphere at Flower Shop, with internally and with the clients that we work with. And it seems to be working, and people value that kind of human contact and human interaction. We worked with SeatGeek really closely throughout the pitch process, and that, I think that just starts to build a relationship before you even start the relationship, if that makes sense.
Yeah, the other thing I wanted to ask about was that tidbit that you mentioned about what you pitched is what you're now making, and you say that doesn't usually happen. Can you talk more about that?
Yeah, I think that there's a study that's like 30% of the work that gets bought in a pitch makes it to on air. And I think that sometimes the pitch process is used to kind of figure out from a client, like, what do we want to do here? And we'll try a few agencies and pitch a few ideas, and then we'll get close to what we want. SeatGeek came in, they were really clear about what they wanted. And we worked with them to crystallize that and then executed on that. And that, I think, because of their clarity, that's why we're making the work that that we pitched. And I feel like the pitch process can either be like that, really, really crystal clear and efficient in a way, or it can be more of a kind of exploratory. Let's have a look at some agencies. Maybe we'll have a look at a flower shop. Maybe we'll have a look at a bigger agency. Maybe we'll see. They use it to work things out. And SeatGeek were not like that at all. They were just very, very clear. And it makes for a better process.
Right, like they have their kind of identity. They know sort of where they stand and what they're looking for precisely. And then sometimes it sounds like what you're saying, Al, is like a brand that maybe just doesn't have that foundation, or they're looking to maybe shift what that foundation looks like.
Yeah, we were clear with SeatGeek up front, like, okay, here is the foundation. Is this something that we agree on, a positioning and a point of view? And it was. And then, okay, well, once we've got agreement on that, then we're going to go and execute. And we did all that through different stages in the process, through the just rigorous, like, okay, here is a proper strategy phase. We got a good amount of time to do the pitch. So it's like, okay, we're all agreed on the strategy. We're all agreed on the positioning. We're all agreed where this has to go. We're all agreed that it needs to last for years rather than weeks. And then once you start building those trust, points, then you can start to execute. And then once you get to the execution, everybody's kind of on board because they've been through the process with you.
Yeah, you kind of building the campaign together.
That's it. I can't see you guys. I don't know who said that, if that was Jack or Gino. But
that was Jack. That was Jack. Obviously, it was very smart and insightful. So
I haven't said anything much. This is Gino talking. I haven't said much because you know why? I was looking up online. I found something here that I want to share with the audience.
Okay, good.
Al Mary made the Creative 100 list.
Oh.
And I want to just give him a shout out, some love for making the Creative 100 list.
Al, you can use this opportunity as maybe your acceptance speech for Adweek Creative 100.
It was a real honor, almost as big an honor as being invited onto your show. Almost.
That is getting clipped.
We're clipping that.
And this is the real honor. Let's be honest, this is the real big honor. But that was great too. No, we really appreciate it. We were all thrilled. And it's I don't want to sound trite or cliched, but honestly, it's like it's a team effort, creativity, and I always say that. And everybody at Flower Shop has their name on that award. It's for all of us there. But we're thrilled. Yeah, we're thrilled for the recognition.
It's amazing. Well, it's well deserved. And Al, great speech. This is Gino speaking. Great speech. Just a little
Thanks,
prank.
guys.
Little prank. Why? Yeah, we'll get that figured out, Al. Well, he's on his phone. That's why.
We're going to talk to our production.
Well, Al, thanks so much for joining. Best of luck with the shoot, and congrats, Flower Shop. And it came out today, and then they're on the set this afternoon.
And he's on the live show getting press.
Yes. Thank you, Al Mary. Appreciate you.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. Love you guys. It's great to see you.
Great to see you too. Love you too, Al.
Right.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye. You said it too.
Love you. Okay, love you. All right, bye.
All right,
We should start doing that whenever anyone signs off. We should definitely start just having people be like, love you too. I see. Al, we can leave the Zoom. Al is in the Zoom still.
What if I don't want to?
Yeah, we can hear you, but the audience can't hear you. So it's to be honest, it's a little distracting. It's a little distracting, Al. There he goes. Okay.
You want that little? You just want to draw it out a little bit. I don't blame you.
That was great, and honestly appreciate Al, and I appreciate everyone that comes on the live show.
It's not easy.
It's not easy, and it's like, it just isn't a thing that anyone's had to do before. We're like creating this whole new thing. And so it's been very, very cool that people are willing and so interested in coming on the live show and sharing what's going on and answering questions in real time. Gino, why do you have that smirk on your face?
Because Ross just pulled up a picture of himself on live. Like
What?
it was just like right in the middle. They're laughing too, so I know it happened.
Wait, why did he do that?
Because I think it's like the Ross post.
Oh my God, I just saw it. I just saw it on the live stream.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Oh, what? How often does he do that?
That was the first time I saw it today.
Ross, how often do you do that? Ross?
Was that
also, the show is over.
We'll be back Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern time. If you're just tuning in now, where can they watch it? The full episode's
Full
posted.
episode. It's gonna be on YouTube right after, like right now. You could honestly go backwards and just watch it, but then later on we'll post it on Apple and Spotify and YouTube, so you can enjoy it if you're kind of like a listen-only kind of person. We had a great show. Honestly, it was a great show if you're just tuning in now. We started off Adidas with a big moment.
It was
again. Adidas versus Nike talk, but Adidas dropped an amazing new spot with LOLA USA, which is a newly formed agency under the Omnicom umbrella. And then got in the 2-minute drill, some fun Mother's Day, we got World Cup, we got some fun ads, and then we had some great guests as well. Aisha Hakam and Ryan Durr joined to talk about a comprehensive guide that they've built, or they're building, after speaking with all the biggest CCOs in the world as to how do you make a creative portfolio and give yourself a fighting chance to get a job. And then who else did we talk to? Michael Osborne?
Michael Osborne, head of strategy at Special New York. And then we wrapped it up with Al Mary, CCO, co-founder of Flower Shop, who just won SeatGeek, creative partnership there. And also he was on the Creative 100 by Adweek.
Yeah, so a great show. And now we're going to talk about our personal lives, what we're doing heading into the weekend. Ross is just going nuts right now. He's building confidence.
Yeah.
He's trying new things.
Do you have something to say, Ross? You're asking for a lot of attention, so let's see if you can deliver now.
You're taking attention away from the two hosts of the show. What would you like to say?
I got nothing.
All good. All good. We'll get something out of you.
He just knows what he's doing.
What's your weekend plans?
Yeah, what do you got this weekend, dog?
You had a wedding last week. So now you're back in Bushwick.
It's hard to follow that up, you know?
And then real quick, someone in the chat, I believe it was Max Berry, my LinkedIn just crashed, but Max in the chat said, will this be available on Blu-ray disc as well?
Blu-ray! Redbox. Have you ever had the Redbox in your town?
I love that. Yeah, the Walgreens.
Yeah, the
Walgreens Redbox was classic.
Blu-ray would be good. Mixtape, cassette, floppy disk.
Yeah, cassette would be cool.
People like the analog, so maybe we got to do like
we should put it on a record.
Yes.
Sorry, Ross, I cut you off.
CD-ROM.
What do you got this weekend?
What do you got this weekend?
I have no plans right now. Open book.
Open book.
Open book. I don't think that you know what that phrase means.
It means he's honest and he's transparent.
Sophia Duran, senior account manager at VML, just put a comment in, said, how often are the live streams, Gino?
Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, starting at 11 a.m. Eastern time every single week.
LinkedIn, X, and YouTube. So if you, depending on what your platform is, some say a terrible strategy to have live streams on all the platforms, but I don't care.
Twitch and TikTok.
I know. How do we do that? We need like an advertising person to tell us how to communicate.
I keep open the YouTube and the LinkedIn lives, and I just go back and forth to see if there's any comments. Earlier in the show, Jackson Fordyce, who is on the crew at TBPN, he commented, said, quote, yeah, I'm a blimp marketing major. Blimp marketing major.
There should be a course in blimp marketing for your, how big should your logo be? Yeah. What colors do well?
Brian Kirk said that he still has Redbox DVDs he never returned.
Oh.
Brian,
that's the reason why they went bankrupt.
Yeah, are they bankrupt? They're in liquidation right now, Brian. They're going to be knocking on your door for that. And we also did the voicemail segment today.
Oh, yeah.
If you're joining now.
Do we have the damn phone number?
No, we don't have the phone number.
Quincy has the phone number here. It's a 904.
Yeah, Quincy, could you get on the mic here and just read the phone number off? Quincy runs the socials. Quincy is amazing, and she is awesome, and she is honest and awesome.
Wow, thank you. Okay, it's 929-486-1040.
929-486-1020? 4020.
Nope.
929-486-1040.
Yes.
So if you call that number, you can leave a voicemail and pitch us an idea that you have for a brand. Thank you, Ross. Yeah, it's any idea that you've ever had. Shout out to Gage Childs, who had this incredible idea, a creative ad person. I believe he's based in Baltimore. shout out Gage, and you can pitch an idea, and we'll post the clip of it, and we'll tag the CMO of whatever brand you're talking about. So they'll probably see it. And yeah, any crazy idea. Today we had some great ones. My personal favorite, Brian from Texas, the open to work, but shh, LinkedIn campaign.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah.
And did you have a favorite?
Blimps. More
Yeah.
blimps.
Yeah.
It could be as simple as that. Just a take. You need more blimps.
Yeah, that too. Like, it doesn't really have to be that thought out idea.
I mean, Chirag's was like, Chirag should be sold to some.
What was
like,
Chirag's?
Chirag's was based off the insight that single people should find people based off the similar degrees that they like in their AC. Like, if I like colder temperature and my partner will like warmer temperature, you're more likely to fight. And basically it was like you should pitch ideas to like an AC company to do a dating show around that.
LinkedIn chat is popping off. Maxwell Barry asked, are breaking and entering going to be at the one show, Young Ones?
Oh, yes, we are. We will be a part of the programming at the one show, Young Ones. Of
course.
We will be there.
Distinguished gentlemen. We're gonna be there, and we will be there, Maxwell. We will be there. And then Alec Vaden said, I get my B&E via Netflix DVD by mail subscription. Thank you. I was wondering if that was scam or a real person. But of course, get your B&E Netflix DVD. We should do when you win the championship, you do the championship DVD.
Ooh,
VHS
yes.
tape. VHS tape would be good.
VHS tape. I like that. Blockbuster.
Bring them back.
Let's do an Airbnb and the only Blockbuster left. That's what they do.
Is that live?
They've done that.
Have they done that?
Yeah. Let's do an Airbnb and the only Harry Potter's castle.
Sophia Duran said she's going to try and suggest a live stream at the VML office in Chicago.
Oh.
We just did the live show from the Miramar office in Los Angeles. We have the capability to bring the show on the road, Gino.
Yes, we
and
do.
I fully intend to
Chicago
maximize
would
that.
go crazy.
Yes, we could have a live audience too, Sophia, if you're looking to pitch that in to the crew. We'll have a live audience. Everyone can talk. We can do 80,000 guests.
80,000.
The whole office
We
can
have to
just
talk
collectively
really
get
loud.
interviewed.
Yeah.
We have our identity for Brian from Texas.
Oh, nice.
It's Brian Kirk.
Brian Kirk.
Brian Kirk.
Great idea.
Brian Kirk. I don't want to put him on the spot, but like pulling up his LinkedIn. Brian Kirk he's in the chat. BRYAN Kirk, KIRK.
Nicely done, Brian.
His job, direct to publisher, entertainment, and live sports streaming advertising.
There we go.
He's based out of Dallas, Fort Worth. Works in digital media.
Thank you for submitting, Brian.
And he had a great idea.
Brian Kirk.
Brian Kirk.
Your idea could be next if you call the number
926 4 something.
929-486-1040. It's nobody's gonna answer, and that's okay. It's by design. You leave a voicemail, pitch your idea on that voicemail. We will review it, and it can
here
be
we go. It's
featured
just a
on
white
the
screen.
show.
So it's the funny thing about this is I don't know how to get it to go straight to voicemail. So it rings, and so I get a bunch of calls.
Answer it?
I never answer my phone.
But could you answer it?
Yes, if someone called me.
Oh, I thought that was like the system it was supposed to send.
It forwards to my phone.
Got it.
I think I can maybe take that off, but I actually don't think I can because you need the phone to go somewhere. You need the call to go somewhere. So I've been getting just so many calls.
Interesting.
Double digit.
Wait, why don't we answer them live on the show?
We could. I think
that's the next phase.
I think we could. I think it's up to the audience. If the chat wants to chime in and give us some feedback right now, it would be, I would rather leave a voicemail than have to call in live. I feel like it's a little bit more nerve-wracking.
Oh.
But
sports talk radio has been doing it for decades, brher.
Yeah, that's fair.
And those guys are hilarious when they call
That
it.
would be nice because then we could hash out the idea with them live on the show.
Yeah, phase one though.
And
I thought it's good. We got some good ideas in the voicemails now.
Ross, who is our producer and also running the show, said live call-ins would be hype.
Live call-ins would be hype.
Would you like to expand on that, Ross? You're right here with us in the room.
He's locked in.
No, he's just texting.
Ellie, any plans this weekend?
Yes, actually, I am going to see my cousins. I'm going to see my
There we go.
cousins
Snowball.
who live in New Jersey.
And we are planning my cousin's bachelorette. She's getting married in October.
You're meeting up with them to plan the bachelorette?
Yes.
This is not the bachelorette.
No.
How are you thinking about going into the strategy of planning this? You are a 21-year-old.
I am 23.
She's a producer. She's going to be executing the.
No, my cousin Hannah went actually sicko mode. She sent a Canva deck.
Nice.
Shout out Canva.
Shout out Canva. Of every day of the trip planned out, there's themes for every day. There's a dress code for every day. She's getting a hibachi chef to the house.
Right.
Love that.
Love that. There's a lot of bachelorette parties that are becoming brand activations now.
It sort of feels like that's what this might be. It's the overarching theme is Taylor Swift, and it's "This wife is a showgirl."
What?
This
wife is a showgirl.
Because her latest album is "The Life of a Showgirl."
This
wife is a showgirl.
Thoughts on that tagline?
Every day is a different Taylor Swift album.
Oh my gosh, it's themed.
It's themed.
Concept is strong.
Yeah.
We're just going to have to see what the execution looks
What's
like.
the craft look like? What's the media mix as well?
Yeah.
Are they doing, or is the whole bachelorette party collab posting on all content?
Assuming it's a live stream as well, where you can do
Will be.
clipping strategy.
Like on Kick, like Clavicular, we'll be live streaming the whole thing.
Great.
Yeah. One night I have to wear a wig to go to the club.
I was going to ask about the wig thing because that is a trending thing right now in these bachelorette
The wig
parties.
is the new pink cowboy hat for bachelorette parties.
Yep.
Yes.
Agree
The
or
wigs.
disagree?
Agree.
What color wig are you going with, Ellie?
Red.
Yes.
Knew it.
Like bright red?
Yeah,
Or like
bright red.
strawberry blonde?
'Cause
Like,
either-
No,
she's like
it's
somebody
like-
who would actually.
It's
not
like
blue.
flaming. It's like flaming red bob.
Yeah, it's either the red one or the blue one. That's the only ones I've seen.
That'd be
No,
funny
there's
for
there's like a hot pink one. I think there's like maybe like a yellow one.
I think
Green?
it'd be funny to like if for a bachelor party if all the guys wore long hair wigs. That'd be a funny switch up.
That would be funny.
That would be a
I'd
fun
like
switch
that.
up.
I'll pitch that to Matt, her husband,
Shout out to
fiance,
Fiance.
future husband,
Not
not
let's not jump the
married
gun.
yet.
Let's not jump the gun.
Oh, it's funny. It's like when you're engaged with someone, you refer to your partner as your ex-girlfriend or ex-boyfriend.
I like that. There's something there.
Yeah.
Do you think what brand is buying that concept?
Ooh.
Your ex. A campaign around the idea that when you get engaged, you technically now have an ex-boyfriend.
You ex people on Hinge or Tinder, right? Like I found my ex.
Yeah, is there a thing there like the fact that you're actually the furthest thing away from having an ex when they become your ex? The ex that's not your ex?
Yes.
The ex that's actually your next?
Ariana
Live
Grande
concepting.
said that, right? Thank you, ex.
Thank you next.
Yes.
Right, Ellie?
Thank you, next.
Thank you next.
Thank you, next.
So Ellie her weekend plans are not going to a bachelorette party. It's going to plan a bachelorette party.
It is the bachelorette party for the bachelorette party.
Right. The bachelorette partying. Got it.
Yes.
Her weekend plans are planning.
Yes. For this weekend, I'll have plans.
Her weekend plans.
Gino, if you are in some crazy far out galaxy universe where you're getting married, what brand would you want to sponsor the bachelor trip?
I think I already said this on last episode, Jack. Nike, Stoke Coffee,
Keystone Light,
and Keystone Krapple.
No, it's Kapple. It's Krapple.
What is that for the bachelor party or the?
The thing is, if I
wedding?
see 11 people still in the live stream on LinkedIn, I'm staying live until every single person leaves. Until every single person is like, this is so bad. I can't stand this
What would be
anymore."
the 3 brands you would sponsor your actual wedding, like the ceremony, and the party, the reception?
Dior.
I'm gonna answer for you.
Or Louis Vuitton. I'm thinking about the suit. The big things are like the most expensive things. The suit, the venue. I would like the Sphere to sponsor. I know,
Sphere
but
is the coolest thing
seriously,
ever.
yeah, like a really high end clothing brand like Boss, and then Nike.
Yeah, everybody
just
everyone's wearing the Nike shoes.
Adidas.
Yeah.
And then
Coinbase. You love
Coinbase.
Coinbase.
Everyone, hey, in your like thanks for coming. Take some crypto.
Yeah.
Here's some Bitcoin.
Your thank you gift.
Here's some
Ross.
Bitcoin. Fucking Ross.
Starbucks.
I don't know. I haven't thought about this, but it's a good question. If like, because weddings,
you see people sending invites to brands to their weddings. Like
Yes.
here are all the cards for my graduation.
or rich people.
Yeah, or rich people. Yes. I can't wait for that. I'm gonna send all of the brands.
I would do a destination wedding sponsored by like Emirates or like United Airways.
Expedia. So smart.
Yeah, and then they would pay for all the accommodation, all the travel. I'd do it in like Fiji.
I like that.
That sounds devious. That delivery was a little devious. I do it in Fiji and just shove it in that brand's face.
I would get all the big holding companies to sponsor my wedding and do it at Cannes the week after Cannes Lions.
Oh, you want to do it at WPP Beach?
Like
you want to do?
I'm gonna have them like keep open, like WPP Beach.
I want my bachelor party to
don't tear it down right away after Cannes. Just leave it up for like a couple more days, and then I'm gonna have my wedding there.
Yeah, because you don't want the beach. You want the brand activation facade thing along with it.
Yeah, they're all getting torn down right after.
Like we're keeping this up because Gino wants the backdrop of his bachelor party to be WPP Beach.
Yes, what are some other tech brands? That
Yeah,
are there?
Adobe.
What's
There's
the TV ads one?
MediaLink is that one? Spotify. Yeah, Spotify Beach.
Yeah, I want Spotify Beach in the background.
What if I got rizzed up at Spotify Beach in Cannes? Right? My dream date. Cute. Spotify Beach. My meet cute is gonna be. Yeah, we met during Jason Derulo's set during the Cannes Lions Festival on Wednesday night at Spotify Beach.
Yeah, she just won a Cannes Lion, and I covered it earlier that year.
I interviewed her with a mini mic and asked her Mount Rushmore of ad campaigns.
That's sick.
It's a dream meet cute.
That's a dream. All right.
Anything else for you before we wrap up? This is like it feels like after this, this is amazing. What a great episode. One of my favorite episodes to date.
This is a good one, Jack. I give it a 9.4 out of 10.
And then before we wrap up, production crew, how'd it go? Ross is giving two thumbs up. We got 2 thumbs up. Dare we say a perfect stream? We go live Tuesdays. What you deserve. Live show. This will be posted on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify.
Oh, the fade out. Nice.